that everybody, we have actually installed Scratch on our systems. And if we don't have Scratch for now, there is no problem. We can still continue with the training till we have Scratch installed on the system. Before we start, I want to confirm if people can actually hear me. Please, if you can hear me, just chat me up that yes, 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 so that we continue. Okay, 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 all right, okay. So I think we are good to go. My name is Olufemi Solomon. Okay, it's okay. My name is Olufemi Solomon, and I'm the coding and robotics instructor. So today is going to be introductory class, and I don't want to waste our time. So I'm going to share my screen now for everybody to see, so that let's see Scratch interface, how it looks like. I will open a new project. So this is how Scratch interface actually looks like. Okay, I said before that we can turn off our camera just to minimize data. Okay, just to minimize data. Okay, so this is the Scratch interface, and this is how it looks like. And let me quickly do introduction so that we'll be at the same page. For those that have Scratch on their screen, you can install Scratch on your screen, or you can use it online. You can use it online. Okay. We have four categories here. Four categories here, starting from my left. This place, sorry. Okay, here, this is our toolbox, and these are the tools that we are going to be using in Scratch. Starting from motion, we have looks, we have sound, and a lot of them down to this place. These are the things that we are going to be using. Right here is our coding area. Just drag and drop the code that we want to make use of. And down here, this third place, this is number 1. This place is 1. This is 2. This is 3. And this is 4. Okay. So now this place is our toolbox, as I've said before. This place is our coding area, number 2. Number 3 is our sprite preview. And number 4 is our sprite selection. Please, I can ask anybody question at any time, and I can give classwork, I can give assignments. I want everybody to be here. Okay, I'll repeat myself. This place, number 1, is our toolbox. Okay, number 2 right here is our coding area. Number 3 is our sprite preview. And the last one, which is number 4, is number 4 is our sprite selection. Now, what do I mean by sprite selection? Sprite, S-P-R-I-T-E. What do I mean by sprite? Sprite, let me start from there. Sprite is a character that we see on the screen. For instance, this cat right here is what we call sprite. Like, just if you are watching your film, if you are watching your film and at the end of every film, we have our cast, and they start giving names of those that actually acted the film. And the same thing is applicable here. This is our sprite. So when I come to this place and I click on this one, we have a lot of sprites that we can work with. We have a lot of sprites that we can work with, a lot and a lot of them. Also, we can paint our sprite as well. If I come to paint, which I will still explain everything, we can, you see, we can paint our sprites. If you don't like everything that we have there, you can quickly paint our sprite like this. You can copy and paste, have something like this, and um like this. Anyhow, we can paint our sprites. Okay, different tools that we have right here. You can delete, you can, and so on and so forth. So many things that we can do right here. So I'll just clear everything that I have right here. Well, let me just delete. Okay. Okay. And I go back to my code. So that is what we mean by our sprite. When I click on this place, I can import another sprite. I can import this one. So we have two sprites on the screen. Okay. And also, I can change my background by coming to this place. If I click on this place, I can decide to pick any background that I like. Can come back, also pick anything. So that is where you change the background. Okay. And please, some minute, please. I want to. Okay. Okay. So that is it. So I'll start again. Our toolbox. Toolbox, this is the tool that we're going to be using for our project, starting from motion. If you have Scratch on your screen, starting from motion down to looks, and so on and so forth. A lot of them. So here is our coding area. Number 2 is our coding area. We have our sprite selection, and we have our sprite preview. So while I'm still working, please, I just need like 1 or 2 people to quickly type on the screen these 4 categories that we have, so that I'll be sure that you are following me. So please just chat me up, send it to the group. 4 categories that we have, as I've said earlier: the toolbox, the coding area, which is at the middle, we have the sprite selection, and the sprite preview. So in the next 2 minutes, please, I need somebody to just type what I just said on the screen, so that I know that we are at the same on the same page box. Good. Toolbox. Okay, I think we are good to go. Okay, I think we are good to go. Okay, now also up here, these 2 icons that we have here, the green flag that looks like Nigerian flag, and the red button. Okay, this green flag is what you use to play your project, and the red button is what you use to stop your project. So which means if I say play your project, you know that you come to this green button and play. If I say stop your project, you know that you come to this red button and play. And just click. That is it. Now, how do we use all the toolbox that we have here? How do we use it? I told us that we are going to be using everything that we have right here, everything. Okay, to be very good at Scratch, you should be able to use everything that is here, everything, or let's say probably like 95% of the toolbox that we have here. Now I will display a project for us so that we see what we can actually use our Scratch to do. I will go to File, open some of the projects that I've done with Scratch, so that we see what we can use our Scratch to do. Okay, let me click on this one, and I'm going to replace this. And when I click on display, this is one project that we can do with our Scratch. Okay, that is one. I will open another one, kind of game that we can actually develop using our Scratch. Okay, this is a rocket shape. Let me see. Okay, this is another one. This is another project. Okay, let me just quickly play it so that we see how it works. Okay, that is game over. Let me play it again. Okay, I will stop. I will stop it. That's another project. Okay, let me show us another project. Okay, okay, this is another one. Okay, I will stop that one also, so that we know that we can actually use our Scratch to build a lot and a lot of projects. Okay, now I will open a fresh program now. Okay, and please, I don't want us to be intimidated. It's very simple. The only thing that we just need to do is just to follow the tutorial. So if we actually follow the tutorial very well, it will become so simple as time goes on. Okay, please give me like 30 seconds to attend to people on WhatsApp. Let me quickly see what is happening. This card, this is our first project for tonight. And after this project, I will give us a classwork. And I'd like everybody to actually do the classwork. We are good to go. We are good to go. Now, our first project is this card right here. We want it to start working. Okay, I like if you can actually do like 2 projects today, then I'll give us an assignment, then we call it a day. Okay, now I want this Scratch, I mean the cat right here. You know, I said the name is Sprite for all of them. If you come to this place, we have a lot of sprites that we can make use of here. So if I want this one to start working around the screen now, the first thing that I need to do is go to my events. In the toolbox, we have a lot of them, from motion down to looks, sound, events, controls, down to my block. So if I go to events, I will just drag this one out. Just click and drag it out to the coding area that I told us the other time. Okay, click on the green button. You know, I told us before that the green flag right here is to play your project. So the first thing that you need to do is you go to events, click green button. This one, you just drag it out. The first one, you drag it out. And I go to control. You will see forever. I take forever out and I will join it to this one. It's like a puzzle. It's actually a programming language, but the user face, I mean, the user interface is very friendly, so that they don't scare people away when it comes to coding. You know, when we are talking about coding, a lot of people, they complain about coding is hard, coding is this and that. Okay, that is why they actually come up with Scratch for beginners and also for kids. Okay, the interface is very fine. You don't need to write any code, but when you get this, when you have the fundamental knowledge of this thing, then to swap to other higher programming languages will be very easy for you, like Python, like HTML talk of anything like Java, JavaScript. Okay, when you have the knowledge of this one, then to go to a higher one, at least will be simple for us. Okay, so I'll go to control forever. I'll drag it out and I'll join it to the green flag. Okay, so the next thing now is I'll go to motion. I will go to motion. Okay, and I will drag out, move 10 steps, put it inside forever. Okay, because I'm familiar with all these things, that is why I can quickly tell you where to go to. I can quickly tell you where to go to. But as time goes on, as we learn all these things, the more we do project, the more we get ourselves familiar with all the tools that we have here. Okay, so that we don't have any issue again. So if I say pick out, move 10 steps, you know where to go to, that it is under motion. If I say go and pick your forever, you know that it is under control. If I say go and pick this one, it is under looks, and so on and so forth. As time goes on, you get all these things. Okay, so green flag, forever, move 10 steps. Okay, I'll go to my looks. Okay, and I'll pick next costume. Now let me quickly explain the function of next costume for us so that we understand. Okay, so the meaning of costume, if I come to this place and I click costume, as we can see, we have two costume here. This thing is just like a trick. Okay, like we are trying to combine two pictures together, okay, at the same time. So when you are combining it together, it seems as if it is working. Do you get it now? As I'm clicking on the first one and the second one, I'm doing the same thing as if the cat is working. So that is what we mean by our costume. Okay, we are just trying to swap costume from one costume to another, and it look as if it is working. So that is what we mean by next costume. If I import another sprite, let me quickly import another sprite like this one, Avery Walking, and I click on the costume. As we can see, we have up to 4 costume right here. So as I'm clicking on the costume, it is actually changing. As I'm clicking it, it is actually changing. So that is what we want to do. So I'll go back to the code, next costume. So let me play for the cat. And can we see that the cat is actually working? But when you get to the edge of the screen, it is what? It is stuck. Okay, I will stop the project again and then drag this cat back. Okay, then I'll go to control. I pick this one out, wait 1 sec. So I'm going to change it to 0.3. The function of this one is the timing between the changing of the costume. That is the function of this wait 0.3. So what I'm trying to say is that before you go to next costume, wait 0.3 seconds before you go to next costume. Okay, and then move 10 steps while you are doing this. Everything inside forever block. The meaning of forever is you do it forever, like continuously, forever. Please, if you're having any issue, you can just send message to me. I'm trying my best to read all the chats. Okay, if there's any issue, just send chat to me. So when I click on this green button, can we see now that the cat is actually moving gradually? The cat is moving because of the next costume is changing. Next costume moving 10 steps and doing it forever. Okay, but when you get to the edge of the screen, the cat is what? Is dead, not coming back. Now another option that we need to use right there is go to our motion and let's look for if on edge bounce, and I'll put it here. So the cat is coming back, but this time around the cat is actually turning upside down. So to fix that, go to direction and click this place, the middle icon right here. Okay, and we are good to go. The cat is now moving from left to the right. Now the next thing that I'm going to do now is I will go to this place and import any background. Okay, I just told us what to do some minutes ago. So if I click on this one, if you want to change your background, just come to this place, click this place, and change your background. Okay, so the cat is going from left to the right, from right to the left. Now, the same code, I'm going to write it for this girl, Avril. Now, you discover something that when I click on Avril, in our coding area, nothing is there. If I click on the cat, something is there. Okay, which means this is our code for cat. But if I click on Avril, we don't have anything, which means we have not actually written any code for Avril. Okay, now I want this Avril also to start doing the same thing that we did for cat. So what am I going to do? I will come to my events. Okay, when green flag is clicked, the same thing, I will drag it out. Okay, I'll go to control. Okay, I'll go to control, and forever, I told us forever is to keep doing it forever. Okay, then I will, Golabo, please, you are sending a request to me. Please, can you stop that, please? It's actually distracting the class. If you are Golabo, please, thank you. Okay, so forever. Then the next thing is I go to move 10 steps. We remember. I'll go to if on edge bounce. We know what this thing is doing already. I'll go to looks, next costume. Okay, then I'll go to control. Wait 1 sec, but this time around I'll change it to 0.3, and I will play my project. So the girl also is moving. This average is turning upside down. If that is your own issue, this is what you do. Okay, come to this place. I'll show you the place now. Come to this place here. You see direction. Click on that number that is there. You see 3 icons right here. Click the one at the middle. Then your sprite will be okay. Okay, your sprite will be fine. If your own is not coming back when it gets to the edge, okay, what you need to do is that you look for if on edge. This one, you look for if on edge, bounce, and you can only see that one under motion. If you go to motion and you scroll down, you see if on edge, bounce. Okay, so that is how you fix the one. Okay, I want to unmute everybody now so that we can talk before we continue. So if you want to talk, you can actually unmute yourself and say what you want to say now. Please, one after the other, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, what is Python used for?
What is Python used for? Please let me answer it one after the other. Please repeat your question.
What is Python on PictoBlox? What is it used for?
Okay. The question is out of the scope of this training, but let me quickly answer you. PictoBlox is the higher version of Scratch. Please, let's be silent so that we enjoy ourselves. PictoBlox, okay, is the higher version of Scratch. Okay, you can use PictoBlox to connect to your robotics board, and I think that is even the main difference between PictoBlox and your Scratch. You can use your PictoBlox to code your robots. Okay.
Yes.
And the Python is a programming language and is one of the most popular programming language we actually have right here. Please, Olusegun Emmanuel, turn off your video. Python is one of the most popular programming language that we have right here, and you can use your PictoBlox to write Python. So I think I've answered
Yes,
your
sir.
question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think you can hear me now. Okay. Okay, let me repeat. Sorry, I muted myself. It was a mistake on my part. I'm sorry. Okay, let me quickly do the ball again. I will remove everything that we have it. So you import your ball. How do you import your ball? We should know by now. Let me import it again. We come to this place. That is choose a sprite. I'll click on this place and look for this ball. So when we have the ball right here, okay, the coding area is empty because we have not actually instructed the ball to do anything. So the first thing is I'll go to events, green flag, I'll take it out. Go to control, forever, I'll pick it out. I'll go to motion, move 10 steps, I'll pick it out. Move 10 steps, okay. Then you remember if on edge bounce, okay. So when I click on this, so we have our ball going from left to the right, from right to the left, but that is not what we want. We want the ball to be jumping around the screen. So what do we do? I said come to motion. The second one, turn 15 degrees. Just put it right here. Let it roll a little bit and then remove this 15 degree again. You just drag and remove that 15 degree. Then we are good to go. So you see your ball jumping around the screen. So that is the end of today's class. So if you have any question, please just let me know and I will quickly answer your question and we will call it a day. Thank you.